Sagittarius, my dear, your dream life is not far away. It begins now, and December 6th is your divine turning point. This is not a typical video. This is a sacred invitation, a soul-level awakening, a whisper from heaven, and a roar from the universe wrapped in one moment. And if you found your way here, it means something powerful is unfolding for you. Something so transformative that it will shift the way you see yourself, your future, and your worth. You are not here by accident. You are LED, here by design. Right now, a cosmic gate is opening, and it's opening for you. Sagittarius, you are on the verge of receiving wealth, love, and abundance in ways you've only imagined in your quietest moments. You are being called to step into your birthright, not just spiritually, but financially, emotionally, and energetically. This isn't fantasy, it's alignment, and it begins with your decision to stay, listen, and activate. Let me ask you something. Sagittarius, have you felt like something is shifting even if you can't name it yet? Have you noticed signs, numbers, dreams, strange nudges from life itself? That's not coincidence, that's confirmation on December 6th. A rare astrological alignment between Venus, the planet of wealth and beauty, and Jupiter, the planet of miracles. Your own ruling planet of expansion and fortune creates what I call the diamond portal. It's a one-in-a-decade energetic doorway where blessings don't trickle in, they flood. And you, Sagittarius, the philosophical seeker ruled entirely by Jupiter, are the one chosen to receive its full force. But there's a catch: this transformation can only happen if you are ready to embrace it and claim it. You were never meant to live in lack. You were never designed to struggle forever. You were forged in fire to rise in glory. That's the sacred mystery of being a Sagittarius. You seek truth, so that when you finally speak, your wisdom illuminates generations. And yes, this message is bold, but so is your destiny. In the next few minutes, I will guide you through 5 powerful soul gates, one for wealth, one for divine love, one for restored health, one for sacred purpose, and one for action. The kind that unlocks the floodgates of everything you've prayed for. I want you to stay with me, not just as a viewer, but as a participant in your own awakening. I want you to receive this, not just with your ears, but with your spirit, because I believe in you. I know that starting December 6th, a new life is beginning for you, and it's far greater than the one you're leaving behind. So please take a breath and open your heart. This is a space of light, truth, and breakthrough. Let me also take a moment to thank you deeply for being here, your presence, your likes, your comments, and your trust. Each one feeds the spirit of this sacred space. Cosmic treasure. Every time you engage, you don't just support a channel, you nourish a spiritual mission. So now, Sagittarius, I invite you to write below, I am Sagittarius. I claim my expansive abundance. That is your soul's confirmation, your declaration to the universe that you're ready to rise. And believe me, you'll want to stay with me until the very last moment of this message, because what the universe is preparing to reveal through you is absolutely extraordinary. As we continue our sacred unfolding together, let's gently enter the threshold of a moment written in the stars just for you. December 6th isn't just a date, it's a turning point carved in cosmic design, one that signals your rebirth into a season of abundance, love, and divine recalibration. Imagine it not as a deadline, but as a gateway, a soft veil being lifted between what was and what is ready to become. On this day, a rare and powerful astrological alignment occurs. Venus, the planet of beauty, attraction, and wealth, forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter, the expansive planet of blessings and higher purpose. This cosmic dance creates what I call the diamond portal a radiant, energetic corridor, where you're invited to receive, not chase, where you magnetize, not beg, where you remember deep within your soul that you were always meant for more. This alignment is significant, not only because of its planetary players, but because of who you are, Sagittarius. You are ruled by Jupiter, expansive, visionary, and eternally optimistic. And right now, Jupiter is in direct motion, no longer delaying your journey but accelerating your forward momentum. You're not searching anymore. You're finding. This is the moment where what was buried, your potential, your power, your peace, rises up like spring from stone. The restlessness you've carried, it becomes the foundation under your feet. You're not broken, you're being rebuilt. When Venus and Jupiter unite under such favorable angles, they don't just bring luck, they activate deep energetic memory of joy, of ease, of provision. They awaken a timeline where money flows like a river, where your value is recognized, not debated, where love is offered to you with presence, not performance. But here's the spiritual truth. This isn't something you need to earn. This isn't about worthiness. This is about readiness and the stars. Sagittarius are asking, are you ready to say yes to the life that was always yours? Tarot supports this alignment with sacred clarity. The star appears first as a divine balm to old wounds. It says what was taken will be restored, what was dark will be illuminated. You are not in exile, you are in emergency. Then comes the Ace of Pentacles, a clear sign that material blessings, a new project, a financial windfall, a long-awaited opportunity are not just coming, they are already aligning. And finally, the Lovers. This is not simply romance, it is a choice. A divine crossroads, a person or moment that mirrors back to you. Everything you've become and everything you're still becoming. It may be unexpected, but it will feel inevitable, and as if the heavens weren't loud enough, numerology confirms the message, the No. 8, symbol of eternal flow. Karmic justice and inner authority surfaces again and again. When you see 888 or 808, that's not just coincidence, that's divine timing coded into your reality. It's the language of alignment, a cosmic echo saying your abundance is no longer ahead of you. It is within you. And now it's unfolding. I want you to reflect gently for a moment. Has life been sending you signals? Have you been noticing repeated numbers, strange dreams, or a pull to return to your faith or inner truth? These are not distractions. They are confirmations. You are not lost. You are being LED. And in this busy, noisy world where faith is often buried under deadlines and doubt, I ask you to pause just for a breath. Remember the words from Deuteronomy. You will no longer be the tail, but the head. If you listen to me, this is your invitation to listen, not with fear, but with faith. The kind of faith that doesn't demand proof, only presence. The kind of faith that lets you believe that abundance isn't just for others, it's for you, Sagittarius. So if you've been seeing 8888, 808, or even just feeling something shift in the background of your life, write it down below. Say, I see the signs, I am ready. Let your voice anchor this energy. Let your presence here be the first act of receiving. Because the universe is not only watching, it is responding. And everything. Sagittarius is beginning to move in your favor. Sagittarius, as we cross the threshold of what awaits you beyond December 6th, I invite you to lean into a vision, not a fantasy, but a vibration already forming in your field. Your dream life is not a distant hope. It is near, it is unfolding. It is responding to the quiet endurance you've carried for years, the sacrifices no one saw, and the prayers you whispered through clenched fists and silent tears. What comes next is not a reward for suffering, but a restoration of balance, a return to flow, the beginning of a new rhythm where wealth meets worth and home meets peace. Imagine waking up in a space that feels like it was built by your soul, a home, not just made of walls and furniture, but of intention. There's sunlight streaming through panoramic windows. The air carries a stillness, and your first thought isn't worry, it's gratitude you stretch. Knowing you don't need to check your bank account, in fear you open your phone and see numbers that make your heart exhale. Not tighten, you have overflow, not just enough. You are now in the life you once tried to script in journals and vision boards, but this time it's real. This is what abundance looks like when it is born from alignment. It doesn't come through force. It flows when the soul has been purified through process. And you, Sagittarius, have gone through that process more than most. You know what it's like to chase the next philosophy while others settled. You know what it's like to search for truth with an aching heart. And now you will know what it feels like to live with an open hand. You may find yourself walking into a dealership not calculating payments, but simply saying that one, or booking flights not to escape but to celebrate, to gather to bless your family with experiences they've never had. You might surprise your mother with a gift you once thought was unreachable, or take your partner to a place they thought they'd only see on screen. These aren't empty pleasures. They're sacred acts of completion, proof that the drought is over. Still, let's be clear, this isn't just about money, it's about freedom. The kind of freedom that lets you choose your day, not have it dictated by fear. The kind of freedom that lets you say yes to opportunities, to generosity, to rest. For some, financial healing feels out of reach because their nervous system has been trained for survival. But starting December 6th, that programming begins to melt. You are stepping into the energy of thriving, and the colors around you will reflect that shift. Deep royal purple, your color of higher wisdom and philosophy, will unlock something deeper. It will quiet the restless mind and amplify intuition. Bold turquoise, too, the color of expansive travel and truth, will call money to you like a magnet. Wearing it, seeing it, even visualizing it will amplify your field. It is the color of sovereignty and sacred insight, reminding you that you're not just collecting wealth, you're embodying wisdom. You are not here to hustle forever. You are here to live in fullness, in faith, in joy. If there's anything that faith has taught us, it's that miracles often come when we've run out of plans. Sometimes your bank account fills when you finally release the belief that you have to earn your way into being supported. Sometimes doors open, not because you knock harder, but because you become still enough to hear the knock meant for you. Deuteronomy 28 verse 13 says, "You will no longer be the tail, but the head." If you listen to me, let this not be just scripture, but activation. Let it remind you that you are not behind. You are being positioned, and as the tide turns in your favor, all that's required is one thing: your willingness to receive. So take a breath. Sagittarius, place your hand on your heart, and if you feel this in your soul, comment below, "I am Sagittarius. I am ready to live my expansive life starting December 6th. Speak it. Claim it, anchor it. Because everything is about to change, and you more than anyone deserve to witness it as you walk through the sacred doorway of abundance and freedom. There is one current quietly rising within you that is perhaps the most tender and powerful of all love. Not the kind that flickers in and out of your life, but the kind that anchors you, the kind that sees you fully and stays in this season of cosmic rebirth. As wealth aligns and opportunities bloom, the heart too is being prepared. And the energy of the lovers in the tarot doesn't just signify romance, it marks a divine intersection, a moment when your soul's frequency becomes so clear, so radiant, that it calls in a mirror, not a chaser, not a fixer, not a fantasy, but a mirror. Someone who reflects what you've healed, what you've claimed, and what you now believe you deserve. Love, real love, begins long before it arrives at your door. It starts in the quiet work, the kind you've already been doing, in the nights you chose growth over bitterness, in the boundaries you finally honored, in the mornings you told yourself you're worthy even when no one else said it first. You may have gone through a season of silence, of longing, or perhaps of numbness, where love felt distant or unreal. That space was not emptiness, it was preparation. The garden must be cleared before new roots take hold, and now, Sagittarius, your garden is ready. You've done something extraordinary. You've stopped chasing and started attracting. That is not weakness, that is magnetic power. The person entering your orbit, whether new or transformed, is arriving because your vibration has shifted, because your energy is no longer coded in fear, but in truth. You've stopped pleading to be chosen and started choosing yourself. You no longer ask, will they love me? But declare, I am already love. Picture this. The early morning glow through the kitchen window. 2 coffee mugs, quiet laughter. A shared glance that needs no explanation. Not grand gestures for performance, but simple acts of consistency. Trust, safety, a sacred rhythm between 2 souls that no longer need to be convinced it's not about being rescued. It's about being met. Someone arrives, not to fix you, but to walk beside you as you expand. Together you build something, a home that holds your joy, a routine that feels like rest, a partnership that turns ordinary days into holy ground. This connection may surprise you. It may arrive gently, not loudly. It may come from a familiar face or an unexpected stranger. But what marks it is not dramatis residence. The calm knowing that you don't have to shrink, perform, or pretend they see you. Sagittarius, the real you, and not only do they stay, they rise with you. Your worthiness of this love is not up for debate. You were not made to beg for crumbs. You were designed to be loved out loud. You don't have to chase what was meant for you. You only need to become the version of yourself that can receive it, and you're already becoming that person. You've outgrown the cycles of heartbreak. You've graduated from lessons of loss. What's coming now is not a test. It's a blessing in this chapter. Let your heart be open, but not exposed. Let it be soft, but not unguarded. And most of all, let it be honest, because the love that's coming to you is not casual. It's committed, not fleeting. It's foundational, and it's arriving. Not because you demanded it, but because you finally became a vibrational match for it. So if you feel something stirring within you, a readiness, a calm certainty, a hope you thought you buried long ago, I invite you to name it, claim it. Write in the comments, I open my heart to love and be loved. Let this be your signal to the universe that you are no longer resisting the very thing you were born for. You're not waiting, you're welcoming. And that Sagittarius is how real love arrives. Sagittarius, as the stars shift in your favor and your destiny draws closer, you're not simply waiting for a miracle to arrive. You are co-creating it. The universe does not operate only in grand sweeping gestures. It responds to the small sacred steps we take each day from this moment forward. Your journey is not about hoping something will change. It's about consciously activating the very energy that magnetizes change to you. And this is where the 7 steps begin, an energetic map laid out not only by the cosmos, but etched quietly into your own soul. The first step is unwavering belief, a kind of deep, immovable inner knowing that says, I am Sagittarius, and I was chosen to live in abundance. This is not just affirmation, this is alignment. Belief is the frequency that opens invisible doors. When you embody this truth, your energy becomes undeniable. the world begins to mirror it. Life no longer treats you as a secret, responds to you as a sovereign from there. Visualization becomes your daily ritual, not vague hopes, but vivid sensory-rich visions. Picture the home you wake up in, sunlight on your skin, silence wrapped in peace. Feel the joy of checking your account and seeing zeros line up with ease. Imagine booking a ticket for your family, not out of escape, but celebration. These aren't illusions, they're blueprints. And when you close your eyes and see it clearly, you bring it closer. The third step is anchoring that vision with declarations of energy every day. Say, I am a magnet for wealth, love, and light. These aren't empty words, theory, spiritual technology. Each time you say them, you shift your vibration and send out a signal that the universe recognizes, and the more you believe what you declare, the faster reality begins to rearrange itself around you. Next comes action. Even if it's small, maybe it's updating a resume, reaching out to someone, finally writing down an idea that's been haunting you for years. Energy without movement stagnates. But the smallest step can unlock the largest reward. You don't need to know every step on the path. You only need to take the next one. That single call, that one email, that seemingly random yes could be the doorway that changes your financial future forever, and yet no energy flows if it's blocked. So the fifth step is release. Let go of what no longer serves you. Not just clutter in your home, but clutter in your spirit. Forgive, declutter, remove old stories from your mind that whisper, you're not enough. Because the truth is, you are not who you used to be. You've already outgrown the pain. It's time your environment reflects the person you've become. Then comes the sixth step, being ready for the sign. Because on December 6th, something or someone will appear. It may look ordinary, but it will feel divine. It could be a glance, an invitation, a message, a transaction. But in that moment, you'll know, don't hesitate. Don't second guess. That is the universe extending its hand. All you need to do is say yes. And finally, let gratitude be your resting place every night before you sleep. Give thanks. Write what you're grateful for, even if it hasn't arrived yet. Say thank you as if it's already done, because in spiritual truth it is. Your blessing is not on delay, it's on its way, and gratitude speeds its arrival like nothing else. These 7 steps aren't just guidelines. There are sacred choreography between your spirit and the divine forces guiding you. Each one opens a layer. Each one shifts your frequency, and when combined, they create the energy field required for miracles to manifest. So now, Sagittarius, I ask you, where are you in these 7 steps? Have you declared your worth? Have you visualized your joy? Have you taken even one small action? Are you ready to release, to receive, to give thanks, like it's already here? Let me know in the comments below. Where are you in this process? Your words may be the spark that activates your next breakthrough, and I'll be here to read them, to respond, and to remind you you are not alone in this awakening. The universe is listening, and now finally, it's your turn. Sagittarius, as we near the final gate of this sacred journey together, there's one truth: we can no longer ignore your body. Your mind and your spirit are not separate. They are a trinity, and for you to receive everything that is now arriving, abundance, love, elevation, you must also give yourself permission to heal, not because you're broken, but because you've carried too much for too long. If you felt exhausted, anxious, disconnected, or unsure of who you are lately, it is not failure. It is a sign that your inner world is preparing for expansion. You are not lost. You are resting at the pause between 2 powerful chapters of your life, and the next one begins with restoration. In astrology, Sagittarius rules the ninth house of long journeys, wisdom, and higher learning. You are no stranger to jumping into the unknown, to seeking the meaning of life, and to learning from every path you've traveled. But this moment isn't asking you to fight. It's asking you to feel, to become tender with yourself, because the foundation of your next level of success, freedom, and intimacy is your well-being. You cannot hold millions with tired hands. You cannot sustain divine love on a fractured nervous system, and you cannot walk into your dream life if your soul is still aching in silence. So how do you begin healing in a way that supports your rising start, gently each morning before the world comes in? Breathe, place your hand on your heart, speak kindly to your body. It's been with you through every storm. Let your first act of the day be connection, not consumption. Let it be stillness, not scrolling. You might begin a 5-minute morning meditation, simply focusing on your breath or stepping outside to feel the early sunlight on your skin. This isn't just wellness, it's energetic anchoring. What you feed yourself matters too. Clean, nourishing foods, whole ingredients, hydration. These are not luxuries, there are forms of devotion. You may consider reducing stimulants like caffeine, especially if your sleep or anxiety has been unsteady. Adding magnesium and vitamin D3 can help regulate your mood and support your energy field. This isn't about perfection, it's about presence. Supporting your body is not a punishment, it's a celebration. You're not fixing yourself, you're re-honoring yourself. Movement, too, is sacred. You don't have to run or lift weights. If that feels overwhelming, sometimes a simple walk in nature is more healing than any gym. Let your body move at the pace of your breath. Let your muscles remember they are safe. Let your lungs take in the air of new beginnings. Stretch, breathe deeply, dance. Even if no one is watching, you are waking up parts of yourself that went dormant, not out of weakness, but protection. Now it's safe to feel again, and above all, be gentle with your process. Healing is not linear. Some days you will feel joy. Others, a wave of emotion will rise out of nowhere. Don't run, let it pass. Through it is clearing space. You are releasing old trauma, old timelines, old expectations. You are no longer who you were, and your body knows that. Sagittarius, I know some of you reading this are silently navigating depression, anxiety, even moments where you wonder if you're being left behind. But hear me, Orion, not behind, and you're never alone. What feels like darkness is not abandonment, it's incubation. The universe has hidden you so it can heal you, not forget you. This quiet moment is holy. Use it to rebuild, use it to rest, use it to come home to yourself. And if today is the first day in a long time you've even considered believing, again, let this be your sign that your healing has already begun. You are not broken. You are becoming, and you deserve to meet the version of yourself that is whole, vibrant, peaceful, and deeply loved. So if you're on this healing path, I invite you to affirm it aloud in the comments below. Right? I am Sagittarius. I am healing and becoming stronger. Let your voice echo in this space, and let your presence be felt not only by the universe, but by a community that sees you, supports you, and walks beside you. You don't have to heal alone, and you don't have to rush. Just begin and keep beginning. That is enough. And you, Sagittarius, are more than enough. Sagittarius, as we close this sacred journey together, I want to remind you of something profoundly simple, yet deeply true. Everything you've asked for, wealth, love, healing, freedom, it's already here. Not in theory, but in vibration, and it's circling you right now, like waves preparing to reach the shore. The only thing left is for you to open your hands, your heart, and your energy wide enough to receive it. You don't need to force. You don't need to chase you. Only need to allow. You were not created to struggle endlessly or to live in lack. As a Sagittarius, your power is expansion. You are the seeker of the zodiac. No matter how many times you've been brought to the edge, you have always returned stronger, wiser, more radiant, and now, you're not returning to survive. You're re-rising to thrive. The stars have spoken, the portal is open, and from December 6th, onward the universe will meet you where you believe you belong. So let me ask you gently but firmly, though you believe you're ready to live a life of overflow, can you see yourself in a home that feels like peace with a partner, that feels like destiny supported by a bank account that reflects your true worth? Can you hold that vision and declare, yes, that's mine? Because this isn't about luck, it's about energetic readiness. And the moment you say, I am ready, the universe begins rearranging itself to match you. This is your invitation to no longer wait for someone to tell you you're worthy. You already are. You don't need to apologize for dreaming bigger. You don't need to play small to be safe. You only need to stand fully in your knowing and say, I am the chosen one for this breakthrough, because you are. And this message found you for a reason. So today I ask you to take one bold, soul-centered step. Let the universe hear your voice. Speak it into the space below. Right? I am Sagittarius Millionaire. 2025 begins on December 6th. Let that be your anchor. Let that be your code. Let that be your signal that you are no longer waiting for miracles. You are becoming the miracle if this message has resonated. Please take a moment to like this video, not for algorithm's sake, but as an energetic offering, a declaration that says, yes, I'm ready to align with the law of attraction, subscribe to Cosmic Treasure, so that you never miss the next divine transmission, because what's coming next is even more powerful, and I want you to receive it all. Thank you for your energy, your presence, and your trust. I don't take it lightly. Every like, every comment, every quiet moment you spent here adds to the vibration of this sacred space. You're not just supporting a channel, you're expanding a collective field of light, faith, and transformation. I see you, I believe in you, and I know with every fiber of my spirit that starting December 6th, you are going to shock the world, not because you changed, but because you finally remembered who you've always been.